Welcome back to my views and news. Some new stories from Ethiopia. Firstly, a Fano Commander's house was raided last night by Ethiopian army. Ethiopian National Defense Force unit raided the house. Before that, there was a communication blackout in the area, and some residents reported sound of gunshots heard as well in the area. Details for you. Secondly, we have a new story for you about Kumsa Dereba, OLA commander, also called Jal Marro. He was interviewed by a BBC journalist yesterday, and questions were asked about the ongoing peace talks in Tanzania. What did he say? He compared the ongoing Tanzania peace process and the Tigray peace talks. What did he say? And thirdly, viewers, Tigrayan news sources are reporting that 600 buses and trucks carrying people have arrived in western zone in the past few weeks. Firstly, viewers, I reported a few hours ago that an night operation had been launched against Fano, East Amhara Fano. And before that, we saw that a pro-government news outlet, Zihabisha, published a leak recording of a phone call between Yemere Wodajo, East Amhara Fano Commander, and Balate Shigao, North Shore Fano Commander. The two were discussing Girma Yistila's assassination. Balate was confirming to Yemere Wodajo that he and his associates had carried out an attack on Girma Yistila's convoy. We don't know about the authenticity of the audio call. Is it legit or not? We don't know. But that was leaked, and it was published by a pro-government news outlet. So it seems it was deliberately leaked by the government. And then we saw the start of operation, limited operation. It's not that so far the operation seems to be targeting top commanders. That is why the top commander from East Amhara Fano's house was raided last night. Yemere Wodajo is the name of the commander, head of East Amhara Fano. And last night, hundreds of soldiers of Ethiopian National Defense Force raided a house in an area in the Kobo city reportedly. And before that, power was cut off, communications cut off in the area. Security forces surrounded his house. There was a sound of gunshots fired to some residents reported. And reportedly, security forces arrested family members of Yemere Wodajo. Most sources are confirming that Yemere Wodajo's wife, his sister, and other family members were arrested by security forces in the operation last night. Was Yemere Wodajo captured? I don't think so. Maybe the arrest of family members is a way of putting pressure upon Yemere Wodajo. He seems to be at large, though we don't know. No statement from Yemere Wodajo so far, but the raid is being confirmed by some locals. Similar raid might have been conducted against North Shore Fano commanders. We don't have any credible information from North Shore. Raid on Yemere Bodaju's house in Wollo is being confirmed. So it means that the operation which has been launched by the government so far is targeted. The operation is only targeting top ranks of East Amhara Fano and North Shore Fano. Already in coming videos about this key development. Secondly, Komsa Dereba Jal Marro was interviewed yesterday about the peace talks ongoing in Tanzania, where a delegation of the Oromo Liberation Army and delegation from Ethiopian government are in talks. Questions were asked about what is happening at talks. He did not share details. He only said that Tigray peace talks were simple. But here, the talks in Tanzania are not simple. It's a complicated issue, and people's questions must be answered. He said that he wanted peace and he was in support of peace through dialogue. That is what I concluded, I think, 2 days ago in a video. I said that talks between OLA and Ethiopian government would take more time, because the talks are not about silencing of guns. Tigray peace talks merely focused on silencing of guns, on ceasefire. There is already a ceasefire-like situation in Oromia. Talks are focusing on other key issues like future status of Addis Ababa, like status of Afan Oromo, like opposition party status, like release of prisoners, like right to self-determination. These are key issues. I don't think that the talks can be concluded in a few days. We might see announcement of some confidence-building measures like release of prisoners, but talks will take some time. That is what was confirmed by Komsa Dereba, but did not share details of what is happening there. Meanwhile, Oda Turbi spoke 2 days ago. OLA spokesperson, he said, rumors are being spread in social media about talks in Tanzania. No one should believe the rumors, and OLA will brief the people in due time about the peace process in Tanzania. Lastly, viewers, some Tigrayan news sources are reporting that hundreds of vehicles carrying ethnic Amharas have entered western zone Volkai Sagade in the past few weeks. It is being reported by some journalists of Dimsti Vijayane, DWTV of Tigray. One journalist claimed that around 600 trucks and buses entered western Tigray in recent weeks. An attempt is being made to change the demographic balance in western zone, which is being controlled by Ethiopian National Defense Force. Amhara forces could be there too. Now, if an attempt is being made to change the demographic balance in Volkayet, it means it is with the approval of Ethiopian National Defense Force. Either ENDF is part of the plan, or it is not in a position to control, it is not in a position to stop this resettlement of ethnic Amharas from other parts of Amhara region to western Tigray, to Salamati, Raya, Volkayet, not Raya, to Salamati, Volkayet, Humera. Now, both sides claim that outsiders were brought to western zone to resettle. Amharas claim that Tigrayans were brought here, and decades ago Tigrayans were brought here and they were settled here. Now Tigrayans say that Amharas are being brought here and resettled. Purpose is to change the demographic balance. And tens of thousands of Tigrayans who were displaced from western zone, they are in Shire, they are in Ndabagna, they are not being allowed to return, because if you remember, Colonel Zaidu a few months ago opposed the return of Tigrayan IDPs to their homes in Western Zone. He had said that those were not natives of the area and there could be elements within the alleged IDPs who could destabilize Volkayet. So he opposed the return of Tigrayan IDPs. Meanwhile, ethnic Amharas, Tigrayan sources claim they are being brought to Western Zone to resettle. We are not seeing this resettlement in Raya. We have seen just a rally there in Alamata. It means that Amhara region based groups have a stronger position on Volkayet than on Raya. Raya could be handed over to Tigray maybe in coming weeks. But Volkayet is a thorny issue. How far will Amhara region based groups go in retaining control of Volkayet? We'll see, but so far intent is there. Amhara region based groups don't want to hand over Volkayet to Tigray. On the other hand, Tigray in terms of government has made it clear that it wants retake of Raya and Volkayet so that election could be held in Tigray. Let's see. Thank you for watching.